Basically, the two of their styles is like, I feel like Fox will give Game & Watch what he wants more than Game & Watch will give Fox what he wants.
We'll see how it plays out. This is FD, a very powerful stage for Fox. However, Dingus Joe does tend to like the stage a lot.
That's true. And also, Fox's just general speed gives him the ability to break zones very easily and to break into people's space in general. So that means you can't necessarily get that space to set up your anti-approach game as much.
That being said, Dingus Joe's going to have to be very careful about throwing out his aerials. So many have been punished because he just whips them on shield. Can we catch him with that landing back air powerful though? Dingus Joe,
I didn't like that at all.
He has to tack on some percent before he can start going for down throw nairs.
Yeah, and also, you can't really play the game that you want to if you don't have the percent lead. Now this means that Game & Watch will have to go in, and Game & Watch's tools aren't amazing for going in. Furthermore, it's like all of his normals tend to have a decent bit of end lag. His smash attacks are a different story, but then he also dies really early. So basically, it's just the absolute wrong situation for him to be in, to not have the lead.
You want to know what's really sad? I'm pretty sure even if that was a 9, it wouldn't have killed.
Tragic.
Yeah, I was watching one Game & Watch Keep, and you know it was game 3. He was so far behind. Other person spawned in after he finally took his stock, got him to 17%, landed at 9, didn't kill. I walk up the boss afterwards. Yeah, it's only guaranteed 18% and above.
That's tragic.
Right now, he can't even get Fox up to 18%.
Yeah, and for a moment there, what Dingus tried to do was he was trying to do his chef game, so his neutral B, because what he likes to do as Game & Watch is throw out those projectiles because he can confirm a grab off of them, and he can also use them to force his opponent to approach. But since he already didn't have the lead, plus ZD was lasering smartly, basically he had no choice but to go in, and that's just not really good for Game & Watch in this situation because he doesn't really have a way to handle it.
Right.
So it's like, it's not that I think that ZD is completely outclassing Dingus Joe as a player, but I think it's also just the character matchup isn't working very well, and the situation isn't working very well for him.
You know, tier lists exist for a reason.
That's true. On the other hand, another anti-approach character, Kirby, does go even or beat Fox. And that's because he's has the opposite problem with Game & Watch. It's like, okay, his tilts actually, they're quick and they don't have too much end lag on them. Plus, he can heavily damage Fox as well from the beginning. But as we can see here, so far, Dingus has only been getting very, very little off of his conversions.
He's going down kicking, though. You know, he's still putting up a fight, even being this far behind. Beautiful tech there by ZD, though.
Good stuff.
Only sitting at 150%.
I honestly think it's a problem for Foxes. I think they can't help themselves from side being into the middle of the stage. They get punished for it very often. JB2. But yeah, they get punished for it very often against an opponent who knows what they're doing. And sometimes just, all right, just take the time to get off the ledge, especially if you're at kill percent. What you don't want to do is side B into the middle of the stage at kill percent when your opponent's in a position where they can actually get you for that. That's just risk versus reward. And, you don't get too much reward off of side being into the center of the stage. While you do get neutral control back, or rather you get to reset neutral, on the other hand, you're also putting yourself in a situation where it's like, well, I could reset neutral or die. And it's like sometimes it's like, all right, they're at a good distance. Why go out there? Just get up regularly and play my game from there. But
Dingus Joe breaking the golden rule of not eating on stream. That's a move in the game too. Well, Town and City is going to be the pick here. I think this is going to be real good for Dingus Joe. He does a lot of study into when he can kill with up air. And, you know, I'm sure this is a preferred stage for him when he's going to be looking for that as a kill option.
Oh, probably. But considering how close he got to dying, well, considering how he lost his first stock in Game 1, and considering how close he got to dying in Game 2, Fox's up air is not going to be super great for him on this stage either.
And I don't know about you, but I'm having mad deja vu right now. Only getting 8% before losing first stock.
Yeah, this honestly seems like it could be rough for Game & Watch. And I don't want to say like it is rough for Game & Watch because one of my personal pet peeves. One of my personal pet peeves is seeing like someone on a commentator saying like, "Oh, this is rough for this character," and it's like, okay, no, it's not. This person's just not playing it well. But I think that this
I definitely
does
know
seem
what you mean, but
rough.
it's just the problem is, no matter what's going on in the match, even if, hypothetically, even if Game & Watch had the lead, Fox still controls the pace of the match.
Yep.
He just has infinitely better approach options and infinitely, or I don't want to say infinitely better, I'm exaggerating here, but you know what I mean. They're really good approach options and really good defense options. Game & Watch, on the other hand,
That was a good cross-up, but at the same time, seemed like CD expected it, so...
he's getting so much off these conversions. Almost just ended it with that up air, but
I think this is looking really bad. I also didn't like that side B, but it worked for him. But it's like, that's the amount of reward you get for putting yourself at that much risk.
right.
But in that case, I don't think he was going to die unless it was a charge up smash. And some two-stock
coming through.
Man, just a shame. And Dingus
That's all you
just
can do sometimes,
shrugging his
man.
shoulders.
Just shrug it off.
It's like, yeah.